Yo, what's good, y'all? We back in here with another video, and Golden State is back. Golden State is back to being those crazy teams, that dynasty that they were back in 2015 and 2019. They look similar to that. They are looking really similar to that. And I know it's a weird day to drop this video because they just lost to the Denver Nuggets in Game 4, literally like about 8 hours ago, or whatever, how many hours ago it was. But they look like the title favorites in the Western Conference, and they look great so far through the first round of the playoffs. And yeah, you can say that they are playing an undermanned Nuggets team right now with Jokic and basically a bunch of role players, but when you do the eye test and even when you look at the stats, Golden State looks like they are playing their best basketball since the early part of the season when they got off to that hot start. I'd say this is their best stretch of basketball since that time. And they're fully healthy for the first time in months. Either Klay Thompson was out, Steph Curry was out, and it was just Draymond Green was out. It was just a rotation of guys being out every like 2 months or so, it felt like. And they're finally healthy. And it's that time. The core big three of Steph, Klay, and Draymond, they're doing what they used to do not too long ago. Those years when they were going off, they're doing the same thing. Klay Thompson's in that rhythm right now too. And he's locked in. He's averaging 24.5 points per game, 52% shooting, 50% from deep in this series. And he's looking like that Klay Thompson old. He is looking dangerous out there right now. He even can play that defense. He's still a pretty good defender for a guy that had that Achilles injury, something that people had questions about. But he's looking real good right now. Steph Curry, who just came back from his foot injury, looks like Steph Curry to me. No problems for him. He's averaging 27.5. 5.5 assists, 51% shooting, 38% from three. And the crazy thing is he's only doing this in 28 minutes per game in this series. The minutes are increasing because he is slowly working his way back, but that's because he's coming off the bench. Yeah, I know, right? Steph Curry coming off the bench is crazy, but third-year rising star Jordan Poole is starting ahead of him, and he is that guy right now. He is that guy. I said before the playoffs even started that Jordan Poole had to be the X factor for this team. He was the X factor for this team, and that he needed to step up and play big time if Golden State wanted to be that title team that they had aspirations of being when they got healthy. And he's living up to that. He is living up to that and more, probably because he's probably been Golden State's best player in this series, averaging 24 points and 6 assists. But the thing is, the efficiency is crazy. 60% from the field, 52% from three, and he's doing just fine. Whether Curry's on the floor, whether he is the point guard, it doesn't matter. He is playing at a high level, and he's playing like a star. And he's quickly become one of the NBA's brightest stars in just one season, and he's doing it at the right time. There's no better time to do it than right now. He's playing the best basketball of his career. The confidence is high. The offensive game is crazy. And I want to see what he can do in the next season or next 2 seasons. I want to see what he can become because he's looking like a guy that's going to be a star in the league for a long time. But then you go down the rest of the roster right now in the playoffs. Andrew Wiggins, he's stepping up. He's playing pretty solid. Struggled a bit in the second half of the season after being named an all-star starter. But in this series, he's been similar to that guy in the first half of the season. That wing defender that can give you anywhere from 15 to 20 a night. He's doing his job, and they've just looked good defensively as a whole, which is something that they were great at during those dynasty years because those groups were led by the same guy that they're led by now. And that's one of the highest IQ and one of the best defensive players of this generation in Draymond Green. He's doing it again. He's being, a pest out there on the court to everybody he guards, whether it's Jokic, even though Jokic is putting up beast MVP numbers. We saw in game 3, he had that strip in the post on him late in the game, and that was pretty much it. That's a big play right there. And he is a game changer on the defensive side of the ball. We saw when he got fouled out in game 4 today that the game changed. They just couldn't get a stop because he wasn't out there on the floor. The playmaking wasn't the same on the offensive side of the floor because he is their playmaker. And he's back to playing at that level. He's making life difficult for people out there. And Golden State right now is playing some solid defense because he is leading that pack. And if Golden State can keep this up at this level, they look like they're the best team to bet on to make the finals. and win it all potentially, because when you factor in injuries so far in these playoffs, which is not as similar to last year, I wouldn't say it's as crazy, but it's pretty crazy. You know, you got Devin Booker, he's out for the Suns for 2 to 3 weeks, but we never know how he's going to heal because hamstrings, we don't know. Hamstrings never fully healed that fast. And then you look at the rest of the playoffs, Utah and Dallas, they're good, but if Golden State goes to the conference finals and Phoenix doesn't last that long and they don't go to the conference finals and it's Utah or Dallas, I don't see them beating Golden State in a conference finals matchup. Then let's just talk about the second round. Golden State's obviously going to go to second round most likely. And if they play Memphis, who probably has the best shot to beat them, they're a young team. And they're struggling right now in their own series versus Minnesota. We don't even know if they're going to even play Memphis. So if there was any time to pick a Golden State championship run, in my opinion, it would be this year with this new energy that they have, the health that they have right now, which is something they haven't had in a long time. And it's an injury-riddled playoff so far for a lot of teams, not only in the Western Conference, but in the Eastern Conference. If they go to the finals, if they play a Bucks, you know, without Chris Middleton, or if Chris Middleton's still hobbled, you got the Celtics, who are playing some great basketball. And we'll talk about them tomorrow. We're going to talk about that Nets-Celtics series tomorrow. But Robert Williams is working his way back. You know, we got to see, because right now the Warriors are the most healthy team, and they look to be the best team so far in the NBA playoffs. And Golden State looks back, and they look like, you know, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Those guys are balling. The core big three is balling. The young guys are balling out. You know, Iguodala comes in, he does his job. I would have really loved to see what James Wiseman could do on this team right now, but he's obviously hurt. And let's just see what he can do if he's still on the team next season. If they don't do any moves or anything like that, I want to see what he does with this roster. And it's just going to be interesting because Golden State, this is their shot. They got the best odds to win the title right now with the way they've been playing basketball. You know, they got the best system in the game still, in my opinion, the way they move the ball and everything. Just beautiful basketball. And that's why I'm right now leaning towards them winning the championship. I had Phoenix winning in my little prediction video, and that's because I obviously didn't expect Devin Booker to get hurt. And if Devin Booker never got hurt, I would have never changed the pick. But if Devin Booker is not going to be 100%, I'm going with the Golden State Warriors to go to the finals and probably win it all. I'm going to have to lean that way. But Golden State, they look back, and I can't wait to see what they do in this playoff run, because right now they're looking like the best team in the NBA. Anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Link will be down in the description below. This has been a checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.